Hello, today is the day two of me trying to work on my freelancing business. I've been working on what kinds of a service I can provide. But then the second day, I think I thought about a lot of success. So, what makes a person to be successful? What makes another person not successful? So I realized there's the trends. For example, having looking back my life, sometimes I think my friend would agree with me when I say that. I'm that kind of person where if I do it, I do the 100%. So it's pretty much I would not rely on sort of motivation, but I don't think it's true. So whenever I want to do something, I would go to do it, and then I quickly dying and then just burn out. So to me, I'm thinking about what makes a project success. It just you need to not rely on motivation. Hear me out. Hear me out. So when you whole productivity system is relying on motivation, it could be quite dangerous. So when you have highly motivated and you're going to do something, but then on the few times or few days, you might feel like you have low motivation, no motivation. So what's that? You're going to be procrastinated. So like today, I do feel like I don't want to do anything because it's Sunday, and then I don't think it's a procrastination, but sometimes I do have that kind of tendency, and I would blame myself for it. So there's like a mental blocks I have developed where I should always do something, but that's not true. So I'm trying to say here, if my productivity system rely on motivation, the motivation comes up and down and up and down, then you might not going to be able to always stay in the high motivation. As we know, we are human, and then people will say we're lazy. So I talked to a young man. He's studying AI coding. So I was like, "How's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I didn't follow up the courses. I fell up, and so basically, he said he quit." And then he summarized this unsuccessful journey is he was lazy. But then I think no, it's not you are lazy. I didn't say it. I think you build an entire productivity system relying on motivation. That is the problem. So I think the solution. I think about it. The solution would be when I go on like a coffee shop, trying to plan my week. I think the most important thing is what habits I want to accumulate. So, for example, if I get up and do my exercises and then come back, when I sit down this chair, I like to do the work. So that's kind of the habit I want to create. Or if I go to somewhere, I want to do coding, and just have like I think everybody would recommend the book Atomic Habits, and you would need to learn how to create a habits associate with certain things you want to happen. So, for example, if I go for a walk and come back and sit down to write code or write something, that just a habit. But of course, you need to check your energy. But then once you do it as like a habit, you need to replace your whole productivity system, not based on motivation. You should base on the habit you're trying to build. um, that will make you can plan and predict how long this is going to be finished. So this is what I learned today. I think it's pretty much is really a good learning. So for me, I also have a lot of bad habits. In the past, I tried to run my business, but a lot of time I just have a lot of bad habits, which is like I always doubting myself. So this is like a bad habit. Whenever I'm thinking about, oh, I probably will not gonna do it, I I'm gonna fail. This is like a bad habit. So whenever it happens, I need to observe it and then replace it with a good habit, which is maybe write it down. Whenever I thinking, oh, I'm not going to be succeed, I'm not going to finish this. I'm just write down and then ask myself, okay, what evidence do I have to support this, let's say, argument? So if there's no evidence for it, and I should just pass it, and then maybe I should review it and then check it. So there's like a theory I learned whenever you have like self-doubting, um, you need to look for evidence. So evidence could be something that supporting like I'm not good enough. So why do I think I'm not good enough? Is there any evidence? I can't find any evidence. I find I work with a lot of people, and people love to working with me, and the company even said, I'm that kind of person they want to do business with. And but of course in the past I have a lot of uh, experience that happened in when I was immigrants. I need to worry about a visa, and then a lot of time I just really highly stressful. This is something I still need to deal with it to continue to tell myself this time's different. I'm becoming a skillful man. I can get things done. Trust me. Then I will just commit it to promise. So this is something I need to constantly tell me when the self doubt coming. And I'm a Christian as well. Then if this thing come to me, then I need to pray about it and thinking about this is not true from anywhere. I need to listen to my God and then use the words from the Bible to support my belief. So those bad habits or those kind of like a traps, kind of like a bugs in your mind that you need to constantly update it. Like iPhone, they have software, maybe there's a bugs and you need to keep updating it. So this is kind of bugs just dragging you, not making you going to succeed to do what you want to do. I know there's a lot of procrastination, but like I said, just build up the habits. When you like now I'm planning when I get up. At the moment I'm doing a lot of exercises when I get up. As soon as I get up, I'm going to do exercises. So the next one will be after I taking shower, I will make a tea. Tea is one of the things I enjoying now. So I will make the tea and straight to work. And at the moment, I'm trying to brushing up my coding skills, and then I'm trying to complete the some tasks, trying to set up a company, thinking about the brands and value and then vision, all kinds of stuff. At the moment, I finished my service offering, so I know what kind of service I want to provide when a company is reaching out to me. Next one, I need to constantly to work on the mental programming. That's what. So what I just said, mental programming is you whenever you thinking there's a lot of obstacle, then prevent you from succeed succeeding. Then you will just write it down and then trying to maybe you don't need to immediately to deal with it, but prepare a piece of paper and then write it down. What were you thinking? Why are you thinking what you were thinking and a time and dates? Or I'm using Obsidian, so I'm using Obsidian to track my time and my thoughts. So I'm going to use that. Then another things I really don't want to do is just review. So I'm going to review now. Like this week, I think I'm doing fine because I've been just kind of setting up my mindset, setting myself up for success, basically. And this is what I learned. If you have procrastination, you need to think about, okay, examine yourself. Is your productivity system based on motivation? If it is, then you need to think about, okay, you need to use some habit. Like I said, a certain action and train of action, you continue to develop it. And then Also, what did I do today this week? I also thinking about the name. I haven't worked on other vision yet. I think vision is something also kind of a need. Not just sitting down and then with the 30 minutes, like you're not gonna do it with the Google for inspiration. So today's day two, and I think later on I will set up my company. I decided to start a company in American remotely. So because a lot of Chinese people they do set up company in the US, and then just a lot of reasons. I might set up a company in the UK, but I genuinely think set a company in the UK. There's a lot of hustle to do, a lot of tax you need to do as well. I'm not saying in the US that there's no tax, but um, for example, the Stripe. If I'm going to use the Stripe, that is kind of one of the payment you use. Stripe would not like in the UK. If you set a company in the UK, they might holding your payment for a week. So yeah, I later on I'm gonna set up my company, but I will continue to develop the vision. I might record the video to see, just kind of walk me through. It's just like I'm doing a Freeman technique. I'm trying to explain to the camera, then help me refine my thinking, my logic, and just follow me if you can. This is day two. Let me see. Let let me see. I don't know why I'm saying let me see. Just let's see. Today is day two. Stay tuned.